What's up everybody, this is Dr. Bhaskar back with another video. I secured a rank of 49 in NEET PG 2019 and here I am trying to do a very bad impression of Peter McKinnon but also tackle the age-old question which has baffled scientists across the universe on how do we review a grand test. Welcome to my 5-level approach to review grand tests. By the way, just look at this thumbnail. Isn't it a masterpiece? I mean, just look at it. I spent a lot of time on Photoshop making it. I hope that helped you to click on this video. I hope it was clickbaity enough. In this video, we will be talking about the 5 levels of grand test analysis. Now remember, these 5 levels are organized into increasing order of laziness. The higher the level, the more lazy you can be, but still maintain a proper revision. On a serious note, the higher levels speed up the process of reviewing your grand test. As we all know, reviewing 300 questions is quite a hassle and we need to do that quite a lot. So this process should decrease the time taken to review and increase your output. Going to level 1. So coming to level 1, first of all, apologies for this PowerPoint presentation, but what can you do about it? It's the first level. I have to go to primitive ways of displaying things, right? So this is PowerPoint. Here, we will not talk about the other aspect of grand tests regarding how many do we need to give per month. If you guys want, I can make a separate video about it. So first thing we are going to tackle is the number of questions to review per day. Never try to review all the 300 questions in one sitting. The most important thing we need to establish is that I'm a very lazy person. I can't sit around for 6 to 7 hours and waste an entire day studying grand test solutions. I'm just too lazy to be giving a test for 3 hours and then again reviewing that test for another 6 to 7 hours on the same day. Let's make that the base and we have to make sure that we develop a system by which I can stay lazy. Alright, 300 questions. If I'm giving one test per month, that means I need to finish the review of 300 questions in 30 days. And if I'm giving twice a month, then I need to finish the review by 15 days. So therefore, 300 by 30 days is 10 questions per day per month. But of course, since we have established that I am not that sincere and will definitely miss a few days, let's do it 25 questions per day for 12 days. So our daily headache for the grand test revision stays to a bare minimum of 25 questions. But let's not forget about another problem which we will face. 12th day of my review, I won't even remember my thought process which I had while attempting those 25 questions. Also, the second problem will be, I will be slowly starting to forget the things which I am reviewing over the last 12 days. Don't worry, we'll solve and explain how to mitigate those as well. So the next thing in first level will be the first order. So this is not the first order from the Star Wars movies, but instead the review order, which means whenever we are reviewing our questions, we should start with the wrong questions. It's quite obvious. So let's get to those first and finish them. Next, we need to review the questions which we left, even though we should never leave a question in a grand test. And this point, I will explain a strategy to give grand tests in a different video, hopefully, if this one goes well. Next, if your grand test software has a guessed question option, review those or review the ones which you had confusion between two options. Also, find the questions which you got correct by luck. If the testing software does not have a guessed question option, you have to manually search for the questions which you had guessed. Next, go through the correct questions and add any new points. So this is the order of review which you need to follow. The third thing we need to think about is, so there is usually this common question, once we get through a paper, where should we add these additional points? Should we add in our existing notes or should we make a separate copy for it? Both have their pros and cons. If we add in our notes, the advantage is that that point will always be revised every time we revise the note. All our information will be in one place. The disadvantage is that first of all, while reviewing our grand test, we'll have to take out all our 19 subject-wise copies and add those points into them and even search for that particular topic inside the subject-wise copies. And also, there is the added hassle. Realistically speaking, there won't be any space to write that extra point in the copy. Then we have to add sticky paper, use sellotape, glue, and my god, that's tedious. I'm too lazy for that. So therefore, I prefer having a separate copy for grand test points. Not a physical copy, but we are only in the level 1 right now. So foreshadowing, I guess. The advantage is that one copy to rule it all. The disadvantage is that all the information about a particular topic won't be available in one place. But hey, it's laziness friendly, so boo yeah! The next point is about video solutions. Video solutions are really useful while reviewing because when the faculty is teaching the topic, more of the relevant points, the thought process, those are being discussed. Sometimes the explanation of a question which we get in the explanation part only contains some factual points and we don't get the grasp of the topic. If you're having a video discussion for a grand test, go for it, especially in the initial months of preparation and add the points in the copy. But remember, time is a limiting factor here. Don't forget that we can't concentrate for a long hours. You know the whole laziness thing, right? So try to watch the video in 1.5 to 1.8x speed. Also, try to add as less of points as possible. That's a tongue twister. Anyways, final thoughts for level 1. We need to understand in level 1, everything is happening in the physical world. We're using pens, we're using papers, we're using copies. So let's go into the next level. Let's enter the digital lifestyle. Level 2. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077, or the level 2 is basically the digital setup. Now remember, cell phones are great for studies, right? And also very distracting. I would randomly start watching YouTube videos and not know where did the time go. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to say in level 2 is a laptop. So if I have to name one single item which was most important determining factor for getting a rank of 49 in NEET PG 2019, it was my over-reliance on my laptop. It was my Surface Pro 4. I got a few months of stipend in my internship and it was really a game changer. I will have some of the gear I used down there in the description box below. By the way, do people actually go and look at the description boxes? I mean, that's what other YouTubers say, right? Anyways, let's begin. So in level 2, we can be more lazy. Remember how in the last level, we used to write the explanation into copies. Trust me, reading a topic and then writing down in a copy and then making sure that that copy doesn't get lost, that's a lot of hassle for me. So the kind of lazy person I am, I started copy pasting. Saved myself a lot of time. Most of the grand tests that we give also have their explanations available in their websites, right? Which you can access using our laptops, using Chrome. So copy paste all the relevant points into a document. Here's a disclaimer though, I'm quite okay with reading copy pastable material directly from the laptop. If you are a kind of person who loves to write down, loves the smell of paper, and loves the scratching of the pen onto the paper, then go for your way. But just remember, people around you will be saving a lot of time. Try to start adopting slowly approach towards laptop and cell phone reading, so that will help you. The world is moving faster. We need to move beyond that. All right, that was a good saying. The next thing I want to tell you in level 2 is about a mouse. Have you ever tried to select text using a touchpad? It's quite a hassle. I never liked a trackpad. I hate that thing. I got myself a mouse, a good one for that matter. Link will be in the description box down below, I suppose. That's what we need to do in this YouTube thing, right? But anyways, the mouse I got was wired and I am currently thinking of shifting to a wireless version very soon. Now, after getting myself a mouse, selecting stuff for copy pasting became much more faster using a mouse. Even controlling Excel sheets and clicking on stuff like felt much more satisfying. Let me give an example. Suppose this is an explanation. Just look at the amount of control I can have using a mouse. In touchpad you can't do that, and you have right click, you can just copy paste, do whatever. It's very fast. Trust me, getting a mouse is a game changer. But laptops don't come with mouse, right? So get yourself a mouse. You'll thank me later for it. Coming to another point in level 3, Chrome extensions. A problem I face, there are a few pesky websites, which don't allow us to copy paste stuff. It was a big blow for a lazy guy like me, How can you stop me from copy pasting stuff? So I searched for a solution. Now there is a Chrome extension called Allow Copy which I use, and this extension allows us to copy stuff from those websites which don't allow us to copy stuff. Now see, this is the Chrome extension which I've got here. You can see this Allow Copy. Suppose this is a random question bank or something which I need to copy and I can't select it. As you can see, I'm trying to click on it and it's not getting selected. So what do we do about it, right? So I go and click on this Allow Copy button here and it turns red and green, I suppose. And now I'm able to copy. Select this entire thing, Control C it, go to my document and Control V it. That's a Chrome extension I would recommend, Allow Copy. All right, on the topic of Chrome extensions, let me give you some others, right? So let's check here. I have this cold turkey blocker. Sometimes when I was preparing, I used to watch YouTube so much that I had to use a website blocker to block YouTube. Other than that, I have a free VPN, which is setup VPN. Then I have a dark night mode, converts everything in the screen into dark mode. And what else have I got here? Yeah, I also have honey. That's honey. You know why? Because Mr. Beast said so. All right, I think so we're over with level 2. Let's summarize level 2 right now. So I have a question here. Suppose I'm interested in this question. I don't want to write it down and I want to copy the answer. Suppose this is the question. I copied the question, copy image, pasted it here. The image came. I want my solutions. I select the solution part, copied and pasted and done. Look through the options, and this is much more better than writing it down, because that needs a lot of effort. So I have this information right here in front of me, right? Let's move on to level 3. So in level 3, what have we established till now? That I can copy paste stuff. After I started copy pasting stuff, and since I'm still at my core a disorganized idiot, even though I copy things into Word or Google Docs, Still, I couldn't revise my GT notes. This had to stop, and I wanted to find a way to save and study my reviews consistently. So, enter the arena OneNote. So, here I have in front of you OneNote open. So, I have made a new notebook here, which is called Grand Tests Reviews. Let's click on it. And let me just quickly make different sections for different subjects and get back to you. So I have made a few subjects here, you can see. So first of all, there are three important things that you need to know about OneNote. First thing, it supports keyboard text and handwritten text both amazingly. Second point, it has cross-platform support. So your files will be syncing over your multiple devices like laptop, your cell phone, your tablets, your iPads. And the third, the most important point is obviously it's completely free. So what I did was make a separate Grand Test notebook as you have just seen and added the subject-wise sections for each of the subjects and went on adding points. During my time, I had a Surface Pro 4, so therefore I could annotate, highlight, tick mark, all the typical student stuffs we'd like to do. Let me show that in action here. So let's go to our reviews. Yeah, here it is. So suppose I want to study this part. I select this. I copy it, copy image. I go to my OneNote. I go to Patho. I come here, suppose Grand Test 1, I paste it, immediately it comes here, and I want to like add the text points. So I select my correct options, copy and paste it here, and that's it. So whatever new topics I will be learning, I'll be just adding here one after another. If you want, you can add separate Grand Test names, or you can put every subject thing in one page itself. It's your choice. It's an infinite canvas. This next thing which I'm going to talk to you is the biggest game changer which I had ever found. This is an amazing superpower which you can use in any Windows laptop, and it's simply called a screenshot. I mean, just press Start, Shift and S on your keyboard and it will make the entire screen screenshotable, and then you select the area you want to screenshot and just paste it wherever you want. Yeah, suppose I want to screenshot this because it's very important. Let me first enlarge it for those 360p people, right? Anyways, let's screenshot. All right, to screenshot, first of all, click on Start, Shift and S. It makes the entire screen go hazy. Select the area you want to screenshot. Go back to your OneNote and Control V it, and it'll come in here. Now let's show all the things we have learned in level 3 in this demo. So we are here. All right, this looks important. Let's screenshot. Start, Shift, S, and I selected it. I went to my OneNote. Suppose it's forensic, even though it's not forensic, and I Control V it. It came here. So I want some additional points to be from here. Okay, there's nothing additional points. Suppose I want this one. Control C it. Then I went back to OneNote and pasted it here. And I want this table. Now tables are very difficult to copy paste, right? So why not just screenshot it? Screenshot, select that area, went back to OneNote, paste it, and you're done. Suppose you're using a graphics tablet like a Surface Pro or an iPad, then you have an additional control of using a pen. So let me select a pen here, and now I can just take this mark, or I can use a highlighter to highlight this point or this point. I can do this. So basically you have full control of everything. This same file can be opened in your iPad or your tablet, and it's much more than simply a copy paste if you have a graphics tablet. So now we are in level 4. Remember, OneNote helped me a lot during my preparation because every piece of information now was available quite easily across all my devices. If you stop at a level 3, it's fine. But now we are entering into professional territory. No messing around. There are many important points which we want to make sure we revise. And even though OneNote collects everything, I don't have my mom around to tell me to revise these points regularly because I'm lazy to do stuff. I need a system to tell me I'm about to forget a particular point and remind me to revise it. So enter Anki. So Anki is this free to use application. Let me just get it started here. Here it is. Let's bring it into frame. Yes, you can do it. Yep. Okay. So what is Anki? Anki is this free to use application for your laptop, cell phone, iPads, even though not free in iPad, which is used for active recall and spaced repetition. In simple words, it is a flashcard app. But don't take it lightly. This literally changed the entire game for me. If you put questions into Anki, these questions will automatically repeat itself and make you revise questions every day. It understands which questions are easy for you, which are difficult for you, so it will show you the tougher questions more frequently and the easier questions are going to appear less and less. So how does it work exactly? Let me show you how to set it up. So here we are in the Anki menu. Let's make a new deck. So here there is a create deck button here. I click on it. Let's name it Grand Test Reviews. Okay, so here it is, the Grand Test Reviews, and we're going to add subject wise distribution. So let's add a new deck called Anatomy. All right, anatomy is done. We select anatomy, drag it inside our Grand Test reviews, and now we can see under Grand Test reviews we have anatomy. So let me just pause and include other few subjects into this Grand Test reviews main folder. We have added a few subjects inside Grand Test reviews. You can see if I click on this plus button, it shows anatomy, pathology, pharmacology, and physiology. Now let's show you how this entire thing works. So first of all, we have the power of screenshot. We have the power of copy pasting and everything. So this question, Jasko's phenomenon after death is in relation to, I have no freaking idea what is it. And suppose, so I select everything, control C it, go to my this one, and I click on physiology, and this says that there are no cards. So I have to add cards, right? I have to add a new flashcard. See, here I'm just going to show you how I did it. So I'll not explain anything and I'll just show you how to do it. So I click on add here. Now once you click on add, we can add questions, right? The type of question I want to add is this close type. Close is basically the important part of the question. You're covering it to recall that covered part. So let's see how it works. We had Jasko's phenomenon copied into our system, right? So I click Control V here. So let's see how to do it. So I want the question to ask what is Jasko's phenomenon, right? So what I do, that this part is the answer. I select this entire part and click on this button here. This is going to make it a fill in the blank. Now, when this question I'll be reviewing, this part will not be available to me and I will have to think and come up with the answer, what was behind that question. Suppose that was one, so I select this time. So I selected close and you can see this is the first question and this is the second question. So let's get a few questions into it. I click on add here and it adds the question. As you can see, I added all the questions in this physiology section here. So let's click on Grand Test Reviews and study now. Now you can see this is the question. Suppose this is the PMJ initiative by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So we can see I knew this. I can select when this question is going to come again. This was quite easy for me, so I selected easy and will come back after 3 days. So next we have the next question. So the question is basically Asha will provide home visits for home-based care of young child. Then we have our total number of visits blank. Visit starts from this day till this day and incentivize of rupees this. Now I will have to think in my head what are these answers. Suppose this is 5, this is 250, but I don't remember. If I click on space, it shows me the answer. 5, third month till the 15th month and 250. So you can see I could not remember this question. So I can select, okay, let's review this question again after 1 minute. Similarly, each and every question is going to come. Then Jasko's phenomenon, what is it? And this can be seen after how many days after that. Okay, repeat this question after 3 days. Then I went through all these questions again and again. The easy questions are going to repeat itself less and less time because I'm going to select repeating interval as 7 days, 9 days. It is going to increase and increase. Whereas the tougher questions, I'll be like, all right, I want to review it again after 1 day. And in the long run, it's going to help a lot. So that was level 4. Coming to level 5. Now this is God level, you know. So what are the points in level 5? The first thing is an Android app. Now this Anki software, if you make an account, you can sync all your questions from here into your Android device. And if you have an iPhone, you have to pay for it. But if you have Android, it's free. And review this same questions, not in your laptop, but in your cell phone. And it will be synced across both the devices. And then we can review these questions even in our bed. And I love my bed since you know, the lazy thing. And there is another important thing in level 5, which are the add-ons for Anki. Now there are many add-ons which can be used in Anki, well beyond the scope of this video. For example, you can see that my Anki looks dark, and you can see here there are some things here which shows me how many questions I have done every day. When you will download Anki, you will not get this. So these are called add-ons, and there is one add-on which I would like to include in this video. The name of this add-on is called Image Occlusion Enhanced. So let's see how it works. So first of all, I have installed the add-on. You can see that if I go into my tools here, I go to my add-ons. In my list, I have something called, where is it? Image Occlusion Enhanced for Anki. So you click on Get Add-ons on your computer to get this one. Search for it and you'll get it. Screenshotting on steroids, right? So suppose I'm feeling very lazy and I don't want to copy paste, and you know, the only thing I can do is screenshot, but I also want to make questions out of it. So let's find a good question here. So let's see, we have a question here. So what are the different theories different kind of cholesteatomas are based upon? let's just screenshot this entire thing. After you have screenshotted the entire thing, then go to the place where you're going to add your questions. Then simply click on this button. This button is going to come only if you have downloaded the image occlusion enhanced add-on. So if you click on it, the image which you had screenshotted is going to appear. Now, to make questions, you select this button here, cover the parts which you want to be asked. For example, I want this one. I want to know what theory is it. I don't want to see this name. I want this question to be asked. Suppose I also want to know this theory and this theory, and epithelial invasion is by this theory. So these are the 4 questions I made. So when this question is going to come, this image will appear in front of me and these parts are going to be covered. Hide all, guess 1, and I close this. Now let's show you how that works. So you can see, now I did not copy paste. I just took a screenshot, covered the areas which I want to learn, and here we are. Now as you can see here that there are 4 areas out of which 1 is in red color. So that is the question. Each and every 4 of these are going to be 4 different questions. So therefore you don't have to think that in one question I have to remember 4 different things. 4 different questions are already made. This is asking you only one, the squamous metaplasia part. So if I show answer, it is going to show you series theory, right? So okay, that's good. So I go to next question. So epithelial invasion by Haberman's theory. So I click easy. So this way all the questions are going to come. Let's review this entire video. I hope it's not too long. So in level 1, we were talking about spacing out our revisions plus the order in which we review the questions, making a separate copy or writing in your same notes, whatever floats your boat. In level 2, we talked about how a laptop mouse combo is a game changer, and with a few tricks like Chrome extensions, it will make the process more streamlined. In level 3, we talked about the power of OneNote organization and also learning to screenshot. In level 4, we talked about introduction to Anki. And in level 5, we learned about how to supercharge your Anki. So finally, the time has come which I was waiting for this entire video to tell you to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And as Anki PhD like to say, peace.